In this video, we are going to solve quadratic inequalities. The question is asking to find x for x squared plus 6x plus 5 greater than 0 by using real number line. So we have x squared plus 6x plus 5 greater 0. So for the first step, let us factorize the quadratic expression. So we get x plus 1 and x plus 5. So here we have two factors. The first factor is x plus 1 and the second factor is x plus 5. Now we are going to assume these factors are always positive. Here, positive means it can be greater 0 or greater equal 0. So which one to choose? Now we have to refer to the inequalities sign given in the question. Given greater 0 is not included. So since here is not included, therefore we are going to choose greater 0. So for the first factor, we have x plus 1 greater 0. So x is greater than negative 1. And for the second factors, we have x plus 5 greater 0. So x greater negative 5. So now let us put them in a number line. We have the number negative 5 and negative 1. So for x greater than negative 1 means it's going towards the right side. And for x greater than negative 5 is also going toward the right side. Since both inequality signs over here are not included, therefore we put empty circles above negative 5 and negative 1. Now we are going to test for each factors. The first row is for the factor x plus 1. And the second row is for the factors x plus 5. So I'm going to divide this number line into 3 parts. So we have first part, the interval is from negative infinity to negative 5. For the second part, the interval is from negative 5 to negative 1. And for the third part, the intervals is from negative 1 to positive infinity. So here is negative infinity and this part is infinity. Now let us start testing for factors x plus 5. So choose any number in the first intervals over here. Any number. So for example, I choose negative 7. Now substitute negative 7 into these factors x plus 5. So we have negative 7 plus 5 is equal to negative 2. So we clearly see that the value that we get is a negative value. So therefore, we put negative sign over here. Now, choose any number in the second intervals. So for example, I choose negative 3. So now substitute x with negative 3 into factors x plus 5. So we have negative 3 plus 5 is equal to 2. So we clearly see that the value we get is positive value. So we put positive sign over here. And for the last intervals, the third one, so we can choose any number in these intervals. So for example, I choose number 2. Now substitute 2 into factors x plus 5. So we have 2 plus 5 is equal to 7. And this value is positive. So we put positive sign over here. Alright, so this is for the first factors. Now we proceed to another factor, that is x plus 1. So again, we will repeat the same process. So for the first intervals, so we are going to put the same value like the previous one, that is negative 7, into the factors x plus 1. So means we have negative 7 plus 1. So this gives us negative 6. So we clearly see that the value we get is negative value. So we put negative sign over here. Now on the second interval, so we take negative 3 as our value. So we put into the factors. So we have negative 3 plus 1 give us negative 2. So we get negative value, means we put negative sign over here. And for the last intervals, the third intervals, we take x equal to 2. So we put in into the factors. So we have 2 plus 1 is equal to 3. And this gives us positive value. This means we put positive sign over here. Now, let us make a conclusion for the sign we get just now. So, for the first part, we have negative times negative. So, this gives us positive. And for the second part, we have positive times negative. This gives us negative sign. And the third part is positive times positive. This gives us positive. So we have positive, negative, positive. Now, to get the region, so you have to refer to this step and look at the sign over here. Given greater 0, greater refer to positive value. So means that our answer is positive. So these two regions will be our answer. Now let us write down the answer in intervals notation. So it will be negative infinity until negative 5. And here, negative infinity and negative 5 both are not included, so we put round brackets. And then union. Another part, we have region negative 1 until infinity. For this part, the same thing, both is not included, so we put round bracket. Besides this, we also can write our answer in set notation. So we have x is less than negative 5 union x greater than negative 1. Well, that's it. Thank you.